afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express. You're tuned to Afternoon Express live. I'm so nervous today.
Listen,
so nervous.
Today's a big
actually,
one.
a frog got my throat just now. I'm Bonnie Bully, and today on Afternoon Express, we bring you Dru Hill, the popular R&B group that rose to prominence during the late 1990s. In total, they have recorded 7 top 40 hits, like In My Bed, Never Make a Promise, and How Deep Is Your Love, to name a few.
I'm not gonna lie, these are one of my favorite groups growing up. I'm just so excited, and I've got another favorite in the loft. Plus, we chat to South African TV presenter and actress Nonhle Thema, who started her very own training academy that will equip aspiring entertainers with the skills they need to make it in the television industry.
We can't wait to sit down with her, and later on we discuss the challenges that career moms face and how they can overcome them on Mommy Mondays edition with clinical psychologist Janine Bucas.
Now, these 4 high school friends formed their group in 1992 and called themselves Dru Hill after their Baltimore neighborhood, Druid Hill Park. Their first single, Tell Me, from the group's 1996 self-titled debut album, became a top 5 R&B hit and went gold, which made them one of the most successful groups of all time.
Now, Dru Hill is known for producing several hit songs and paving the way for contemporary R&B artists. Their 1998 follow-up, Into the Dru, is what really catapulted them into the spotlight. It peaked at number 2 on the Billboard albums chart and produced the hits How Deep Is Your Love and These Are the Times. But the song that most R&B lovers will never remove from their playlist is the song In My Bed, which tells a tragic story of a heartbreak, deceit, and betrayal.
Don't wanna walk around knowing I wasn't your fool, 'cause being the man that I am, I just can't lose my cool. My friends keep telling me about the things that's going on. Yes, I hope that I'm wrong, but I know it, babe. Somebody's sleeping in my bed. Somebody's taking my bed, baby. Somebody's sleeping in my bed, and you know just what I mean. Come home.
I mean, can we get a hell yeah? I'm feeling so excited right now.
Yeah.
But before I get into this interview, you guys have a lot of explaining to do. 5-year-old Bali was in front of the TV.
You were singing the song at 5 years old. No.
Somebody sleeping. So my parents really want to find out from you guys who ended up sleeping in their daughter's bed at 5.
Oh, no, it was the 3 little bears, see?
That's right.
It was the 3 little bears.
Yeah.
But on a very serious note, you guys have truly stood the test of time.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. Amazing success.
Yeah.
I mean, that song alone, you guys sold, what, 19,000 copies? And after...
the first week.
First week.
And that was like, you know, back in 96. So basically, our first single, and it wasn't that, it was Tell Me.
Tell Me, yeah.
And our first single,
what you want.
And our first
Go,
single.
girl.
That's
I'm
pretty
a
good.
huge fan.
Okay, so...
No, I was saying our first single went platinum, and every commercial release after that has either been platinum or multi.
Wow. And then you guys kept going to each city and you kept selling more and more physical hard copies.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
What I found very interesting, though, about that track as well is that it was quite progressive. It was a progressive subject to sing about.
Absolutely.
And what were the reactions from your audience about the subject matter in lesbian love?
With the video. Yeah, that music video was spicy at the end.
I'm kind of lost.
That was a dream sequence, but you're right, it was a very mature song. Initially, I didn't even want to sing the song, because I was like, ain't nobody, you know, sleeping in my bed that I know about. So that's why in the beginning of the song, it's like, I got this feel. Because I really initially didn't want to sing it, but I was like,
Well, we definitely felt it with each note and each power push through it.
Thank you,
And we want to
you.
thank you for making it regardless, because I tell you,
Thank you.
it's on so many playlists. But you guys, going back to selling those hard copies, these days people stream, they download. So they might not have, understandably, to calculate the amount of sold records that you guys had. How do you guys feel about the new wave that music is taking?
Yeah, my son didn't even know what a CD was. He's 6, so.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's the evolution. You know, I mean, it's nothing. Went from when we first started, people were still buying tapes, and went
And
from
vinyl.
tapes to CDs, and now that's the new medium. So you just go with the times and make it happen.
Tell us about now, Dru Hill Reloaded. I'll just call it Reloaded.
Yeah.
Right?
I like it.
Yeah.
You guys have the new members, Black and Smoke.
Yes. Well,
You
yeah.
guys, congratulations, welcome to the group. We're happy to have you
Thank
because we get to meet you.
That's what's up.
How was it?
Right?
Want no more? Ain't that something?
Yeah. I was going to say, we now accustomed to you, part of the family.
Hey, I'm here, baby.
So, welcome. But for you guys, did that change the dynamic of the group at all?
Yeah.
And how did you guys feel coming in? Was there any, rivalry and initiation that you guys had to go through?
Well, let's let everybody know. Can everybody introduce themselves so
Yes.
they know who we are?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Teo. I'm Black.
I'm Smoke.
Pinocchio.
I'm Cisco.
Hell
Back to your
yeah.
question.
So Dru Hill Reloaded, what's it
Yeah.
about now? Where are you at? What are you talking about? What do you want people to know?
Well, I mean, we definitely, well, to start off, we actually, the first tour that we went on by ourselves, we took these guys and their member, Static Major, rest in peace, part of Player, on our first tour. So, the brotherhood, started then and it stood the, test of time.
Sure.
So, recently we've been talking and everything, and now you got us.
Album. Yeah, we started working on a new album.
Yeah.
And Reloaded might be the next one, but this one is called The Second Coming, so it's close.
Yeah.
Dru Hill, The
Wow.
Second Coming
I love
is
that.
the new album we're working on, new studio album, and it should be coming out really, really soon. We just got a couple more tweaks,
Yeah.
a couple more songs, and you guys should be hearing that. I believe he said next month.
Well,
Yeah.
let's see.
So apart from
Let's see,
your
before
evolution, apart from your evolution as in your music, there's also been a growth as individuals, as people,
Yeah.
and you went through quite a time that you call a humbling time.
Oh, that
Tell
was,
us about that time.
That humbling time was in the very beginning.
The beginning,
Yeah.
yes. I was going to say when
Right.
Destiny's Child came out, Dru Hill came out.
Better when it happens in the
No, no, no,
beginning.
we weren't even out yet.
we both got signed to
Us and
East,
Destiny's Child got signed at the same time.
At the same
East West
time.
Records, and the thing with us were we were these young guys with these
Like
powerful,
14.
mature voices that
Wow.
nobody really knew what to do. So we ended up getting put on the shelf, and went back and regrouped and figured some things out to be ready, and then.
And that was the humbling experience for me, because when we first got signed, we were only 14 years old.
Yeah.
So we called ourselves 14 Karat Harmony because we were 14. Huh?
Right.
Get it?
Right.
Anybody? Nobody? All right.
We got it. We got it.
See what you did there.
We got it.
You did there.
But, so once we got signed, when we went back to school, I was like, we got signed and I ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Forget you. I never liked
Drops
you.
mic.
Peace. And then, we got, sat on the shelf, and I came back to school the next year and it was like, oh, Mr. Big Celebrity, what happened to your record deal? So that's how I learned, to be humble. So by the time we actually did get our record deal, when a couple years later, just kind of, taught me to be, more humble.
Yeah. And that humble spirit that you guys have truly carried out throughout the career is very evident now. I mean, meeting you guys back there, it kind of felt like, we clicked. It's like I knew you guys for a while now. And
Oh yeah, tell me.
maybe I've known you. Maybe I was in the relationship by myself for a whole 26 years, but that's okay too. What can we expect from this new album?
You can definitely expect some great singing.
Yes, sir.
Great singing, great songs, touched on a lot of, different subject matters and things like that. I think when we first started, you talk about love and you don't really know what it is. And then, you go through a couple things, you're able to present it in a different way.
Or sometimes you still don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You guys have a very special relationship with South Africa. Tell me about your relationship with South Africa.
Well, my friend Speedy, Nelson Mandela's nephew, who actually brought us out here this time, the very first time that we had an opportunity to come here was for his uncle's birthday celebration. And it was on our 98 Enter the Dru album. We had our first #1 single on the pop charts, hip hop charts, and R&B charts. And it was our very first time performing at a stadium right here in South Africa.
One thing I'll never forget is all of the grandchildren coming and knocking on the doors, at the hotel. And when we actually got to meet Mandela, he said, I wanted to meet the people that had such an influence over my grandkids. So, that was like...
That was big, because my dad, who's actually here with me, he, kind of made us really, being from America, it's very difficult to get the truth about our home country. And, so he was very adamant about us really knowing and understanding what Mr. Mandela did for not only our culture, but just, for the world in general. Yeah. And so when we had an opportunity to actually meet him, it kind of like, came full circle.
Full circle. So tomorrow's your last show in South Africa, and it's going to be in Cape Town. How were the two shows, the previous shows?
Great.
Yeah.
Sold out.
Yeah.
Singing every word, every song.
Oh,
they show up, they
goodness.
show out, straight up.
Wow. Were you surprised by the love you get here?
Not necessarily. I figured it would be that way, Anyway, if we coming all the way out here to South Africa, it got to be some love out here somewhere.
Yeah. I think I was a little shocked, mainly because, I wasn't really expecting to know who was going to be in the audience, considering the last time we were here, like so many years ago. I'm like looking into the audience, I'm seeing like these young kids, singing our songs and stuff. I'm like, all right, that's cool. We still got it.
Yeah, you guys for sure have that staying power. Yeah, that staying power has gotten you this far, and it will continue to propel you forward, even during this new season of Dru Hill.
Yeah.
But we heard that we like to get in where we can fit in. And we heard that there's a challenge going around social media called the Dru Hill
Photoshop
Challenge.
So we decided to join it.
So we were like, what? If Dru Hill can continuously... Okay, so for those people who don't know what the Dru Hill Challenge is they had... Okay, maybe you guys can actually
Tell
break
us what
down
happened.
what
Yeah.
happened. How did the Dru Hill Challenge come to be?
Well, the quick version is we were doing a photo shoot, and it wasn't supposed to be a full-body photo shoot. It was supposed to be cropped. So, my man came a little comfortable, and somehow the shoes ended up everywhere in the world.
He had on Smoke had on a pair of flip-flops.
What?
And so when they went to go edit the photo, instead of getting the memo to crop the photo, she put some fake shoes on his feet. And so, and then I think I got
You got extra fingers?
She taped me. She taped me on top of me, and so it's like another image of me behind it. Yeah. But we took it in stride, and then a couple weeks later, Kanye did it. So it's cool now.
So if Dru
accidentally
Hill,
cool.
So if Dru Hill can do it, and if Kanye can do it, certainly Afternoon Express can do it. So we've got our own.
So I'm rocking Balenciagas.
So Bonnie's rocking the sneaker.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've got an extra arm in the grey. I've got another arm.
And Jeannie, our co-host, has 6 or 5 fingers.
Fingers, Jeannie has extra fingers.
How do you think we did? We went in. We went in.
You guys won. They won the challenge. I tell you what, since you won the challenge, maybe we should serenade them, fellas.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I was actually going to say, we're going to be cooking up something amazing in the kitchen. So if you guys want to have dinner with us, you're going to have to
sing for your dinner.
You have to sing for your dinner, honey. So should we get that song now or later? Later?
Fly me every day. Her love all the same.
the woman that's stolen my heart, and beauty is her name. I hope that I can make you mine, for another man steals your heart. And once this beauty is mine, swear we will never be apart.
Wow.
You are so beautiful.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, guys.
I
where's the
am
food?
taken.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Wow.
No food.
Yeah. So remember, you can reminisce with us and tell us which Dru Hill song is your all-time favorite by hitting us up on social media. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using our official hashtag Afternoon Express, or pop over to our Facebook page and leave us a comment.
And after the break, we head over to the kitchen with Chef Clem, who is going to prepare the most appetizing spicy veggie Thai bake. You definitely don't want to miss that.
Dru Hill will be there eating.
We will.
Welcome back from the ad break. You're tuned into Afternoon Express. Now, we've done a little shopping for the Woolies Daily Difference catalogue for today's plant-based dish, and we've come up winning, of course. This spicy bake ticks all the boxes: mouth-watering, easy to prepare, and budget-friendly. Plus, because we're Vitality members, we've saved even more on our healthy shop by getting cash back on specifically selected items. To get the ingredients list and link to the recipe, simply SMS EAT to 33650. SMSs are R1.50 each, and no free SMSs apply. Chef Clem, happy Monday.
Happy Meat-Free Monday.
And I'm so glad that I got you in the kitchen, because on Friday you were trying to be spicy with me, honey.
Because you were like, are you going to be back on Monday? I was like, I don't know. But the truth is, how could you ask me that Dru Hill's here? Of course I'm going to be in the studio.
So when it's just me, you don't want to be here. But when Dru Hill's here, I think we have to have Dru Hill every day.
Every day. No, I'm here for you as well. I really am here for you.
And do you know what I'm here for? The spicy
For the food. All right, let me tell you.
Thai bake. I'm so ready for it.
It's really good. So like you were saying, we actually went shopping with a Daily Difference, which you actually get in store, by the way. You get it in store, go to all the specials. We went for the bulk veggie combo. We got onions, carrots, butternut, and sweet potato. Ooh. All of that for $1.25. Plus, you know what? There's more, because we are Vitality members, so we get cash back as well.
Yes, we get 25% cash back. Yeah, and that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, a lot of saving.
Yeah, a lot of savings.
Okay. Sticking with the plant-based with this one. So very, very simple. The way we've used our onions is, onions are in the pot, they're busy cooking off nicely.
Okay.
Add a bit of olive oil to that. That's going to be the base of the sauce that we're actually going to cook these vegetables in.
Perfect.
So that goes in there, do its thing, do its thing. I can turn the heat up a bit. Then, I started slicing up the butternuts already.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to move things around a little bit.
No problem.
So we've got some space. There we go. So everybody can see what we're doing. Butternuts going down. I've got a few more that I've got here. Those are going to go in. Okay. And the idea is you're going to layer your veggies, and every time you layer, you add a little bit of seasoning, because that's very important, just like that. And then you're going to add a bit of that sauce. We'll get back to that sauce very quickly.
Yeah, how do you make the sauce?
Onions in there, a little bit of this Thai curry paste. Are we going with the red one? It's not that hot. I see your face, like...
Because I was about to say, I'm expecting some heat from that.
Yeah. It's not that hot, but you can regulate. You can add more chili to this if you want.
I think I'm going to have to add a little bit more chili.
That's fine. I'll totally do that for you. That goes in there. And then because we're keeping it plant-based, instead of doing normal cream,
We're gonna go coconut cream.
Coconut.
What do we got? Coconut cream or milk? We got coconut milk. So there we go.
Perfect.
And that's gonna be our sauce. That's what kind of marries all the ingredients together. The flavors come together.
Nice.
It's really, really good.
So after you've layered the butternut, we go seasoning, we go sweet potato, and then we go sauce.
And the carrots as well.
And
so we've
the
used
carrots.
all of our ingredients from the special, and we kept it plant-based. And I can guarantee you're not gonna miss the meat. You're not going to miss the meat at all. So let's go carrots real quick while it's coming to a simmer.
Perfect. Here, there's some carrots.
I know you've got some serious knife skills, but I'm going to do this for you today. Just like that.
Feel free. Don't want to chop off a finger.
There we go. Nice and you can keep it nice and chunky as well. Also, don't have to do this. You can play around, go diagonals, you know.
Yeah, I like keeping my veggies chunky because I love the crunch.
Me too.
With every bite, I love the crunch. Sometimes growing up, you know, our grandmothers would overcook the veggies, and it ends up just being a mush.
And we love them. We love them.
Love my granny, may her soul rest in peace.
But yeah, we keep the veggies crunchy. Hashtag keep the veggies crunchy.
Keep our veggies crunchy. All right.
Okay, over goes the sauce. Then to finish it all off. Okay, by the way, oven, 45 minutes, comes out looking super yummy and delicious. This is the one over here.
Ooh.
All I've done for the topping is taken some of these sprouts over here.
Yes.
Super nutritious. Toss it with a little bit of this dressing we have. This is the turmeric and coconut. Again, bringing the flavors through. That goes on top. So we're adding extra veggies, extra nutrients.
Extra layers, extra taste.
One upon another, done. Look at that.
Done and dusted. So this is our amazing Thai-inspired veggie bake.
There we go.
Love
First
it.
dish done.
Simple, easy, and it can be in your kitchen tonight. Simply SMS the keyword EAT to 33650, and all these ingredients will be coming straight to your device.
So if you'd like to see more of our fur babies, you can keep up to date with their on and off screen lives by following them on Instagram. Yes, Instagram. Just search The Adventures of Donut and The Adventures of Baxter for a different angle of our furry family members, Donut and Baxter.
They're cute, they're cuddly, and they're TV stars. Baxter and Donut, the adorably fluffy four-legged members of the Afternoon Express family, are sharing their daily adventures on social media. To see what Baxter and Donut get up to behind the scenes, follow The Adventures of Baxter and The Adventures of Donut on Instagram.
Now, you may have first heard of Nonhle Thema over a decade ago. She traveled the world interviewing stars like 50 Cent and Pharrell Williams. She's graced our screens as a presenter and actress and brought South Africa's first ever reality show. We chat about her career journey after the break. Remember to tell us which Dru Hill song is your all-time favorite by hitting us up on social media. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express.
Yeah, or you can just comment on our Facebook page. See you after the break.
Get ready. The face of cybercrime is changing. And so are we. We are smarter. We take charge. We are in control. We are brave, innovative, everywhere. We are Sabric.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. You're live on SABC3, where the stage is yours.
Yep. She was South Africa's it girl with millions of followers on social media and the envy of aspiring presenters like myself.
Nonhle Thema was set to redefine the meaning of reality TV when she introduced South Africans to the very first reality TV show. She's since come a long way and has learned many hard lessons, but still remains one of our faves. How are you?
Oh, thank you. Am I your favorite, Bonnie?
Yeah.
You're always mine. Take me out of the beat.
Yeah, so I have this memory. We were at a town hall. I think we were rehearsing for some Channel O awards, and I walked up to you and you were reading Purpose-Driven Life.
Oh. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember. And I said to you, wow, what a lovely book. I just read that book. How are you finding it?
Yeah.
And you said to me, you were loving it so much, and its purpose is really important to you. I remember that conversation.
Wow, I can't believe you remember that.
And watching you over these years and looking at your journey. And I always thought to myself, I know where Nonhle is going to return to, because this is who she was when I met her.
The thing is, when I read that book, I was quite young in spirit, in everything. So
you were new.
I was such a baby, so I didn't really take it all in. I think if I read that book now, it would cause a major revelation in my life, because it's what I'm living now.
Yeah.
That book is exactly my life now, and I think I just had to grow into myself, and time is everything. So I'm very thankful that I've been given the gift of life.
Obviously, that was your foundation. You laid that foundation of that book for you to be in this place.
Definitely, because I was always like trying to find my purpose.
Absolutely.
I was always seeking for it, and I thought the Nonhle that I had become, the fame and everything was the purpose, but it actually wasn't.
Wow.
Because I started getting in a space where I was self-indulging. It was all about me, and that's not anyone's purpose. Our purpose now that I've learned is to serve. Purpose is for others, you know, using your gift for others. But had I known that and understood what that purpose was then, I would have probably eliminated most of the things I went through along the way. But it was part of the journey, because I had to build character.
I was actually about to say the fame and everything that came along with it was merely the journey to get you to that purpose. So it's not time wasted. It's not time lost. It's merely lessons learned.
And character. Because that's
building.
how character, that's how you get character, and that's how you get knowledge.
Wow.
And more than anything, that's how you get wisdom, through experience. If I had to erase any experience, whether good or bad, I wouldn't have the knowledge and the wisdom that I now know how to handle new challenges that might come.
And you know what? Let's go back to the crime scene, so to speak. There's so many things to celebrate about it, though, as well.
Yes.
I mean, you were huge.
Yeah.
You were huge. You were the face of a channel. It was the first time South Africa had a face of a channel.
I think I was very blessed that God had chosen me to put me in that position. Of being the first to open up the doors.
Many firsts.
I didn't realize how big of a role I had to play in opening up this industry to be what it is today.
Yeah.
Because through me doing all those things, I think a lot of other channels and people started believing that it's possible, started seeing that it's okay to take an African girl to the States and have them sit with Cisco, find out who they are, sit with 50 Cent and get to know them. Whereas before,
she can hold her own.
Before we had thought that that was not quite something we could do.
Yeah.
We always used to buy generic information and content from America with their hosts. So I understand now that it had to be done, and I'm very thankful now that I was the chosen one to go through it and to pave the way. And it gives me such great joy now when I see the others that have followed past, you know, and doing it now. And it's easier, it's more relaxed, because there's now been a blueprint for it.
Absolutely. And we had this conversation upstairs, how you made it tangible.
Yes,
and
that
you
was
made
the
it
plan.
real.
Yeah,
For people like me, growing up watching this amazing woman who looked just like me, doing everything that I've always wanted, and I truly appreciate you for doing that and learning the lessons that you did, because now I learn. I mean, you had your first reality TV show, Nonhle Goes to Hollywood.
All those were incredible opportunities, and as usual, I was the first individual to have a reality show. I wasn't the first, because Cream Cartel had a reality show, but they were a group. So I was the first individual where I had to carry the entire show as a person. That I didn't really know myself at the time. I was quite young. I really didn't, but I learned that, I learned a lot of things.
Yeah, I get that.
So I learned a lot of things.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. But now you've also just blossomed and, well, rather not say just blossomed, you continue to blossom. And now we see you as the founder of a talent coaching academy.
But those are the things that, going back to your question, that I learned from my reality show. I learned the whole talenting spectrum of things. I used to go to acting classes that side. There's a whole business that nurtures talent. How to handle media, how to handle fame, how to handle social media. Everything that we don't have here at home. So with the Talent Coaching Academy, it's kind of like, for me, to assist the new kids in the block, like
support them.
To let them know how to handle things, finances, how to handle your money, how to also use yourself as a business, as a brand, how to branch out and not necessarily wait for work to come to you. So Talent Coaching Academy, I have a whole lot of people that come and assist with all of that as well.
Just a question, when you were in that place, and I think we all remember what that place was, when you were on your phone tweeting that crazy stuff you were tweeting. Anyone looking at it, I mean, I never commented on it. I kind of had a sense of what was going on. What do you wish, if somebody had walked into the room to come and offer you a lifeline, what is the thing you would have hoped they said to you? What was it you needed to be said to you in that moment?
At that moment, I was going through a spiritual battle. I'm a child of God. But because I had become so successful, monetary so quickly, I kind of, God gave me these blessings, and I took those blessings and I decided to eat them over here. You can't remove yourself from something that God has given you. You know what I mean? So when I moved away from God because of life's journey, Satan was kind of now trying to take over. He wanted possession of me, who's a child of God. So I was in a spiritual battle between the two worlds of, do I let this go? Do I give Satan his things, or do I go back to God, or what? So I was just going through something that I can never explain to people.
Wow. We're going to continue the chat a little later, so we're so excited to delve a little bit deeper into
It's quite deep, the spiritual world. So that's what I was dealing with. It wasn't anything physical. It was just spiritual, and it was just about me having to go through it and let go. And there was nothing my mother or even a fan could do.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a lot later. So life is full, life's journeys are full of ups and downs. But the most important thing that we can take from Nonhle is that we must keep trying to just get up and never stop believing that we can once overcome the most difficult situations.
Absolutely. Now, after the break on today's Mommy Mondays edition, we chat about the challenges that career moms face, and if being away from your child for long periods of time has any long-term negative effects on them. We chat to Janine Bucas when we come back. Don't go away. Instant hot chocolate? Of course. It's possible with Clover Super M. When you #TryItHot this winter, keeping Afternoon Express smiling right through the chilly months, warmed up Super M is the simplest hot chocolate option when all you need to do is pour, heat and enjoy. So #TryItHot with Clover Super M and catch the cast of Afternoon Express putting their own twist on this cup of deliciousness made with love by Clover. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. It's Mommy Monday time, and society has an internalized idea of what motherhood is, right, or what it should be like. And we used to believe in the old archetype of the mom who gives up her own life so that her children can have it all and have a better future. But now we're in the midst of an emerging archetype of what motherhood can be, the idea that women can both value their work and be good moms. But this new archetype also comes with its own challenges, and having a baby brings a massive shift in priorities, especially when it comes to working. So most working moms often feel guilty for having to leave their children at home and go to work, fearing that they're missing out on the most important milestones. And on today's edition of Mommy Mondays, we hope to provide insight into how moms can navigate their way to a better solution, a healthier solution. Welcome back. How are you?
Happy to be back.
Yeah. So this whole idea that now working moms are kind of missing out on something, are losing, that women kind of, they carry this guilt and they feel like, well, I'm not like the stay-at-home mom, and she's holier and better and more righteous. And how do we change the paradigm?
Working mums are gaining a lot by going off to work. And we don't want mums who need to go to work or who desperately want to go to work to stay home and be miserable. That isn't going to be good for the baby either. But when mums are going off to work, in order for them to go off to work with a happy conscience and a good feeling about it, they need to know that baby is well cared for and is not going to suffer as a result. And so we have to kind of make provisions for baby so that we can have a happy baby, and a happy baby is going to make mum feel a whole lot better about the decision she's made, and the two are going to be able to move forward.
Yeah.
Having a baby is the greatest. It's the greatest investment of your life, and you're wanting to invest in your baby as well as invest in a future outside in the workplace.
Absolutely.
So it's all about balance. And I'm kind of a bit prejudiced because I think we need to look after the baby who can't speak for himself.
Yes.
Even as we look after keeping mum happy and allowing her to bring in the money that is also needed.
Yeah. When we were chatting earlier, before our interview, you simplified it. You simplified what the issue is. So mom leaves baby at home and feels guilty about not being there because essentially she's most worried about baby's well-being and wants baby to be well and healthy and happy. But in order for that to happen, she feels like she needs to be there, right? But what is this other tool that she can put in place, or structures that working moms can put in place to take care of that? Because once that real estate is gone from occupying her mind, she can actually free her mind to be healthier and think better.
If mom is able to share parenting, in order for her to go to work, she needs to learn how to share parenting responsibility. And to co-parent with another woman is an ideal way of going forward in Africa, in South Africa in particular. So that by her going off to work, she can provide the finance to support another woman staying at home to look after her baby's care, her baby's needs, his one-on-one needs, the need that he has to connect to one person over a period of time and attach and feel safe and well.
Yeah. So essentially we need to change our paradigm around seeing help or a nanny as a privilege, and it needs to become an understanding that it's an essential cornerstone of becoming a healthy working mom.
It doesn't matter how poor you are. In South Africa, we always find someone who's poorer or who desperately wants to work too. And we have such an amazing resource of older women who take delight in and love babies. And if we can use that resource, allowing our older women to feel important, to lift them up financially and economically, at the same time as making sure that the baby, our next generation, is well cared for, then we're going to have a win-win situation.
Absolutely. And something else that you mentioned earlier about how the guilt of not being with the child causes moms' other relationships to suffer to take the strain, and then because her relationships are suffering, she wants more control, and then she actually gets defensive and destructive. Could I
would agree with that. And that's when Dad runs off for the hills and decides this baby stuff is really not for me, and this mom is crazy. And we really don't want that. We want to create a home that Dad takes his responsibility seriously, but also a happy home where everybody feels good enough to contribute, where everyone's needs are being taken care of. We like to have dads coming to the party, but the reality is if both mom and dad work, we need a third person who is going to come in and help to hold the family. If it's not a relative, a granny or an aunt, someone, but whoever comes in, they need to be remunerated and
valued.
Hugely valued. Because the more you value the person who's caring for your baby, the more she is going to value your baby, and the happier your baby's going to be.
Absolutely. And I guess it brings the whole adage, it takes a village to raise a child, but we actually need to make it practical and actually understand that we need to relent control as working moms.
And it's not about feeding and watering your baby. Your baby in the first 3 years, first two to 3 years, is developing at such a rate that the input at that time is absolutely crucial for his later well-being, for his later scholastic success and career success. So just as we're wanting to enhance mum's career, we're wanting to make it a win-win situation.
Yeah, we want to solidify baby's foundation.
And we're wanting our babies to be successful, secure individuals who are later going to be supporting the mum who retires after having had a long and happy work life.
Thank you so much for joining us. You're always so insightful. Thank you. Let's pop over to the kitchen and see what Valisa's cooking up next.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
Nothing beats a classic spaghetti bolognese recipe by wow, tongue twister. I think I'm already so excited to eat. But anyway, nothing beats a classic spaghetti bolognese recipe, but by adding a touch of pride. Our baked spag bowl pie version is certainly set to impress your guests. Olive Pride's blend contains a delicate mix of seed oils and extra virgin olive oils that delivers on a wonderful almond aroma and flavor. Today, it is the quintessential ingredient to this Italian recipe. To get this ingredient list and link to this recipe, simply SMS EAT to 33650. Oh, sorry, simply SMS Clover to 33650. SMSs are R1.50 each and no free SMSs apply. Clem, I blame you for all of this tongue twistedness that's happening today because I can't wait to eat and I'm busy talking.
I know, even while you were doing it, I was drooling. I was like, you need to just get done with this. We can start cooking. This is delicious. I don't blame it at all. I don't know how I'm going to do this segment because I'm looking at it. Can we just look at this? Okay?
It's surely a masterpiece, and I can't wait to find out each layer. I mean, a spaghetti bolognese pie, bake recipe. What really goes into making this?
It's three things. It's a deep dish pizza.
Okay.
It's a lasagna.
Okay.
It's a spaghetti and meatball, like all in one. It's just so much.
It's just so much. That's a perfect way of putting it.
If you're gonna make one of the recipes that we have made on the show this year, make that.
This is the one.
That's the one. That's the one.
So
it's crazy.
When I have a dinner party, it'll keep the guests coming back for more.
Yeah, for 50 people. For 50 people.
That's a lot of people.
Right,
okay.
Cool.
So where do we start?
So I added some olive pride into the pan. We're gonna sear off our meatballs. Actually, meatballs, they're fricadelles, right? That's great. A lot of fat in there. A lot of seasoning is done for you already. Stop browning that off. Get the pan nice and not let it do its thing. While that's doing, let me talk about the base. How we actually put this together.
Okay.
Right. Nice and heavy, right?
This is heavy.
Right.
I already see the spaghetti peeping out at the bottom. I see cheese.
So the base. So you have to cook these 3 times. 3 times for each, like one of the things we said what's in there.
Yeah.
So it's eggs. It's parmesan, and then it's your spaghetti, okay? Mix it all together, you put it on the bottom of your dish, and you bake it off. That's your first layer.
Okay.
Then when it comes out the oven, get some ricotta, get some basil, caramelized onions, mix it, put it in there. That's your second layer.
I mean, already I'm dancing.
So if I could ask you to add the mozzarella cheese to our spicy tomato sauce.
Okay, got you. I can do
turn
that.
this over.
I'll stop my dancing and I'll help in the kitchen.
I don't need too much browning on these meatballs because it's going to brown in the oven as well.
Okay.
I'm going to get some color on them.
Nice.
And get that nice olive.
So, Chef Clem, spaghetti is also very sensitive in terms of how long you keep it cooked for. By putting this in the oven so many times, does it not get soft and mushy?
No, it goes crispy. Kind of crispy, not like too crispy where it crunches too much, but it gets a nice texture. It firms up even. It's quite crazy how this recipe works.
It's a science. Cooking is a science.
It's a science. Cool. Yeah. Meatballs going down.
Right.
Just like that. Let me bring those close. What am I doing?
In the kitchen.
Oh, there we go.
I was going to say we cannot lose a meatball.
We will not lose a meatball. So the idea is we mix the cheese with our tomato sauce so it all melts evenly.
Okay.
You don't we have a lot of layers going on already, but that's the one you kind of want to mix.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and you can pour that sauce over.
Put the topping on. And this looks so filling too.
It really is.
I love a recipe that's not going to keep me going back to the kitchen for top-ups because, you know, there's still that gap. You know, at home you always say, I'm full, but that little space that's not filled. So this looks like it will fill all the spaces.
This one's going to keep you full, but what I like about this is it is rich. We know that. We can see how much goes into it, but you don't need a big piece. You can have a small piece and it does the job.
Oh, perfect.
Absolutely. Okay, that goes into the oven, then it comes out. What's very, very important, same thing that when you make a lasagna, you have to let it sit before you cut into it. Else it runs everywhere, right?
Yes.
So let it sit for like half an hour.
Okay.
Take it out of a springform tin like we've made over here.
Yeah.
And then you serve it up.
Good luck to me having to wait half an
I
hour
know.
for my food to sit because, honey, I will dive straight in, messy as it is, but I'll be licking my fingers throughout.
Here we go.
Thank you so much, Chef Clem. Now remember to SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 if you would like this sent to you. And in case you missed any of the steps, honey, here's a quick recap.
Made with love by Clover.
So do join us after the break as we continue our chats with our wonderful guest, Nonhle Thema, so don't go away.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
Instant hot chocolate? Of course. It's possible with Clover Super M when you #TryItHot this winter. Keeping Afternoon Express smiling right through the chilly months, Warmed Up Super M is the simplest hot chocolate option when all you need to do is pour, heat and enjoy. So #TryItHot with Clover Super M and catch the cast of Afternoon Express putting their own twist on this cup of deliciousness made with love by Clover.
guests on Afternoon Express fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the guests of Afternoon Express and fly Mango.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're back on the couch with Nonhle Thema.
Yes, beautiful ladies.
Nonhle, we were just speaking just before the break, some insights. Being a part of a competition, being number one is something I really understand.
Yeah,
you
want to win.
You want to win all the time and come out as the best in the country.
Yeah.
That pressure.
That's a lot of pressure, and when I started in the industry, I had the power of manifestation, number one. I used to manifest things and they used to happen because I came from a pure space. I would look at a billboard and I remember saying, oh, I want to be on a billboard one day, and it happened one day. I remember watching Channel O when I was growing up and I was like, oh, I want to be on Channel O one day, and it happened. But once I started growing up, I started finding myself competitive with others, competing for jobs. Once you get into the industry, then you start wanting to beat people. And then that's when things start going wrong, because now your manifestation is not coming from a pure place.
No.
Now it's simply you want to enter a beauty pageant because you want to win, because you want to be the prettiest.
Yeah, and I want that person's crown.
Exactly.
And it's
not
also,
my own crown.
and it's also
That's
the
it.
feeling, and I see it a lot now on Twitter, on Instagram, how people carry on.
People want to be
There's
number
a sense
one.
that if you're successful, it came at my expense.
Yes.
It's like if you're successful, it means something got taken from me.
Yes.
I don't understand that I have my own pie.
That you can
You have your own
create.
pie, you have your own pie.
Yeah.
We're not all fighting for this little pie.
It's like everyone's in the beauty pageant lately.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to be the Miss
toxic.
whatever that they're fighting for. So I found myself along the way, when I was the first African to be a face of a global brand, the first person to be a face of a channel, the first person to have a reality show. So all those firsts that were always put ahead of my name ended up becoming my curse. Because the drive to be number
idols.
The drive to be number one started like becoming. It started becoming this dark spirit that now started manifesting. Then I manifested the fact that now I wanted to be the best on purpose now. And that's when you lose your power, because you're now no longer allowing it to happen naturally in the God-given way.
Yeah, you're
now
forcing it.
thinking that you're in control. And that's when you lose that power of creating your realities. So that's where I went wrong. When I started being fed, when people hype you up, you hype yourself, you're number one, you're the biggest star on television, you really start feeding yourself into that, and it's a horrible monster to be in.
Yeah. And speaking of first, that's
Look at your face.
Do you know what? You know why that's interesting for me? Is because so I started out in the industry. I was 13.
Yeah.
And I remember when all these things were happening and all the great things were happening to me. I didn't necessarily feel like they were hyping me up. They scared me.
Yeah.
So I had the opposite problem of fearing the success, and then pulling back every time big things happened and going, oh, I don't deserve this. I have imposter syndrome, right?
Oh, we were speaking about imposter syndrome.
So it can go in the inverse as well.
I started a little bit shy and stuff, but the more I just felt I was hungry for more. And the world was my oyster, and there was a point when I was no longer fearing anything. And that is the biggest that's the biggest obstacle you now face, when you no longer have fear. Because you always have to have fear. Fear in the Lord, the biblical terms. So when I started feeling that I'm above fear, I can overcome and do anything that I put my mind to, it kind of really messed with my reality, because I was starting to use my power in a dangerous way. Because we're all powerful. We can create things by our imaginations and our words, but we have to create things that are in a good space and that are good for you, that can help others. But I started wanting everything for myself. I use my power now to kind of self-serve. So I think that's when I think it's very dangerous, when you want to be the only one that is at the top.
Well, I want to congratulate you. Congratulate you for everything that you've accomplished and for making it as the woman that you are today. And I also want to congratulate you on your beautiful family. You've got the most gorgeous baby girl. Okay, well, now she's not a baby anymore.
No.
She's big now.
Oh, Mama. But I'm not married to him, by the way.
anymore,
I'm happily married now.
Yes, I was going to say, there's your little girl.
Yes, that's my daughter, and I'm happily married. And I've learned so much that I've learned that you don't have to also show the world how happy you are. Sometimes you must just keep things private to yourself and enjoy and indulge privately in your own space. So social media has taught me a lot. I know the boundaries now. I use it mostly for business, nothing personal, because when you explain things to people, they'll always want to know, so you got married. Okay, so now they want to know more. Next thing you announce that you're pregnant. Next thing they want to see the child. Next thing you announce, I don't have to announce to people anymore. So I've kind of learned nicely. Now I'm in a good space in the industry.
Yeah. Business. We love to see it.
Bonnie.
Congratulations.
So yeah, I mean,
proud of you.
But I had to fight to be here.
Okay. So guys, we have to end this conversation on very positive notes. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're cooking along with tummy dish in the kitchen.
We hope you're inspired. Good night. God bless.
Yes, God bless.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.